Someday you'll understand that. Now. He's looking at you, kid.
Welcome back, video creeps. I get a lot of back talk, a lot of gab going around. There's a weird narrative that I'm too hard because I keep it so damn real. I party too hard. I'm too coarse. You're not wrong, but that rockin' I don't care persona, that ain't all I am. Underneath this chill as ice presence, the creeps got a soft side. I got films I dig on every time that I need to tap into that nice inner gooey place within myself. Cause it's not all rock and roll and horror movies. Sometimes you need a little tenderness, a little love and touch to the soul. So here are 7 movies that do that to me. I just happen to be really ashamed of it. Remember, watch the whole video. Don't be a bitch. Drive Me Crazy. Melissa Joan Hart and the dude from Entourage. Yeah, they just like fall in love. He's a bad boy, but she's a good girl. And trying to get back at their exes, they both take each other to the prom. Very 90s logic. And then the film goes on and Melissa Joan Hart just like proceeds to make him lamer. Like he dressed all right, but then she came in and was like, hey, no, I feel like we should make you dress just like a toolbox. I don't know why I even like this movie. It is drenched in everything I hate about movies like this. But I just can't fucking look at what the shit is going on with this movie. Some part of me just finds it super charming. And once they finally fall in love, which like fucking with these... everyone falls in love. I'm rooting for the team and shit. Like I give a fuck. Because yo, I did. Dare I say, this movie drives me crazy. Mean Girls. Fucking Regina George. Talk about a movie that has given us countless references and memes. Fucking fetch. She doesn't even go here. This movie fucking rules. That's why Ariana Grande did that shit that she did. Talking about some fucking thank you. Next. Thank you. It's catchy. Lindsay Lohan is like a homeschooled student who gets thrown into a public high school for the first time. Nice parenting, by the way. Just make your kid all fucking awkward and gullible and just send him into the jungle. And being naive as fuck, she links up with a group of like literal like mean girls. Like they're the name and all. And these bitches suck, man. At least one of them sucks. The other two are just more like clueless and materialistic. Definitely have like a deep follower complex and shit. But with their combined popularity, they're actually able to influence Lindsay Lohan's character to also become like a fucking mean girl. That's why she had a couple weird years there where like every time you saw a picture of her, it was a mugshot. If it wasn't that, then it was like a fucking nipple slip. I believe nipple slips is what led her to do Playboy. Fuck, man, this movie is just wicked entertaining. And it is evil funny. There's some fucking lightning in a bottle shit that went down when they made this movie. And I can't help it. Every time that I watch the movie, I become just as catty as the people that I'm being warned about while watching the movie. And the film has a great message in it. This like anti-bullying thing while also talking a lot about friendship and how you can hurt the people that are closest to you. Mean Girls is just the fucking shit. Why did I get married? Now let's not make this a thing where it seems like I'm sucking this motherfucker's dick. That is not what's going on here. In fact, I find this motherfucker kind of annoying. Hello, shut the fuck up. But boy, when it comes to fucking Tyler Perry knows what he's doing. You're all stoked and happy because this guy, he has a fucking formula. It's all good times and happy jokes and shit for the first like half an hour. And then boom, it's all fucking, what do you mean you cheated on me with your ex-girlfriend and now she's pregnant after you paid for the abortion with the money that you stole from me and then that didn't take and now we gotta fuck, it's wild. And then, you know, somewhere in the liner notes, there's always that one line that's just like fucking, and on top of that, you lied to me. Sign me up, I'm fucking there. Me and Lola from Big Mouth, all about the drama. This movie and its sequel are both just chock full of scenarios just like that. It follows 3 married couples that every single year they hook up, they go on vacation, and they just remind themselves why they got married. But this always turns into like a purge type situation where threads are being pulled as if Weezer didn't try and teach us that lesson back in the 90s. And then there I am, like a fucking asshole on the edge of my seat, just eating it up. No doubt it's not one of those films that I could suggest while hanging out with the guys. Much like All American Rejects said, man, I gotta keep this one my dirty little secret. Chicago. The songs are goddamn catchy. And you fucking know it. Don't come after me on this one. You can just go over there with all that jazz. What's not to like about this movie? Why do I have to feel like less of a man? Because I think puppet Renee Zellweger on Richard Gere's knee is hysterical. Catherine Zeta-Jones in this movie is electric. And by the way, your boy likes most musicals. Fucking Grease is crack. Crybaby is dope. South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. It has songs. It's a musical. What do you think? Blame Canada just happened? Definitely maybe. Ryan Reynolds is America's sweetheart, and I will not be swayed into not enjoying his films. I will sit there and I will enjoy them, like how they were intended to be enjoyed. Especially this particular film. The entire time he's telling this story to his daughter, who wants to know why dad isn't batting a million in the pussy games. He proceeds to tell his daughter about 3 major relationships in his life. And that's something that we can all relate to. Sure, you date a few duds along the way, but we all have those really significant relationships, the ones that mold us into the person that we are. As he's reliving these stories, telling them to his daughter, until we get to the end of the film where he takes a big swing and goes after the one that he loves. Which is another really interesting thing about this movie. There's this weird, like, you don't know who he's actually in love with thing until the very end of the movie. So you learn about these 3 characters, and you're guessing, you're wondering who it's gonna be at the end of the film. I don't even have shit to talk about this movie. I just have a good time with this one. Fools rush in. Alright, looking back, I can see how this movie is playfully racist. A white guy falls in love with a Mexican woman. See what happens next time on Fools Rush In. I get it. The tamales are a little too hot for the white guy, and his parents think that she's the maid? Hysterical. And really, this movie should get canceled for just fucking playing up like blatant stereotypes. Feeding into like the propaganda of what would happen if this strange arrangement happened. Like, yo, were white people not fucking Hispanics in the 90s? Where's this dialogue coming from? It's definitely a product of its time. It doesn't translate too well as we move into the progressive future. But that shit said, like, I cannot help but enjoy the hell out of this movie. Maybe it's because Salma Hayek is so free and strong in this movie. She's everything that you want in a partner. Someone who's tender, but also won't let you slip on your own bullshit without calling it out first. And Chandler is doing his fucking Chandler thing the whole movie long. I'm not a big fan of the show Friends, but Chandler's funny in it, so it is nice to see these 2 characters and how they're mixing up. It's an interesting time. I enjoy watching these 2 characters play off of each other. And at the end of the movie where he's like standing on a bridge in the rain because she's pregnant, trying to run off to Mexico with his baby, I'm fucking settled in. I'm watching. I'm like, yo, but nowhere near as settled in as I am for the last film on this list. And believe me, it's a doozy. A Walk to Remember. You know, someone told me pretty recently that only guys like A Walk to Remember. Like, even girls think it's like kind of a cringy film. So I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm gonna be a fucking whistleblower here or what, cause like, yo, I can attest. I fucking dig this film. Much like Drive Me Crazy, it's a good girl falls in love with a bad boy story, and then the bad boy turns into a better person. We see the good girl break a few rules because they're like learning from each other. The only difference between movies like that and A Walk to Remember is at the end of A Walk to Remember, once they've fallen in love, she dies. Like a bitch, she dies. Let's start with the fucking basics here. Mandy Moore, peak adorableness at this point in her career. To say that she can get it is an understatement. She can take it from me in court kind of shit. Which, by the way, is so weird because I just adore her character in this movie. But then like later on, she does that movie Saved, and she is just a capital cunt. But her singing in this movie, oh my god, it's so moving. When she does that one fucking song about praying, why the fuck are you hitting me right where I live? And then at the very end of the movie, when that character finally dies, I bawl like a baby bitch. I don't give a fuck. Like, that is just what's gonna happen. It's such a beautiful story. How could I not, man? Especially after he finds out that she's sick and then she has this bucket list and then they just spend a long time fucking getting all the things off of her bucket list. It's like beautiful shit. It's wild and it's unfair and it's another movie that drives me crazy because nobody can know about it except for you guys, because I trust you guys, because I fuck with y'all. Guys, that is 7 movies that I am ashamed to admit I painfully love. Even though, liberation is key, y'all. I feel a weight lifted and a marathon of guilty pleasure films in my goddamn future. If you want to support the channel, a link to my Patreon is down below. I have exclusive reviews on my Patreon, and it's just a lot of fun. You get to get put in the Patreon song and a bunch of fucking other cool stuff. Or if you just want to be friends, why don't you follow me across all of my social media? It's all in the link down below. And of course, before I let you get out of here, like the video if you had a good time with me. Subscribe if you're new. Sorry that this is like the first video that you see. It's not always like this. And as always, hit the notification bell so that way you know when I drop a new video. Until the next time, whenever that is, peace, video creeps. Appreciation comes in many forms. Those who stay for you will stay and brave the storm. Rebecca reviews, Kyoko, Larry Sherman, Corey Stewart, Coleman, Spooky and Butcher's Grindhouse, Lolo Exco, 6 Siren and Michael Andrews. You guys, you mean so much to me, makes me think of where I'd be.